There was one piece of good news for the Albanese government in today's polls. Good news for the government, but I think terrible news for the rest of us. Newspoll showed 56% of people polled said yes to the Prime Minister's new plan for something he calls the Future Made in Australia scheme. Lovely title, but this is, I think people here are backing real trouble if they support this. And that became very clear just last Friday, when yet another company went splat. Anthony Albanese's new plan, unveiled just a couple of weeks ago, is to pick winners, green energy winners particularly, throw billions of dollars of your money at them to get them going.
We will be a participant, a partner, an investor, an enabler.
And Albanese was selling this plan again today in Queensland.
We think a future made in Australia will be well received.
Now, as I pointed out here when this was first unveiled, economists think this plan is nuts. The Productivity Commission boss thinks it's dangerous. I mean, what would a government know about picking a business winner, especially this one? And on Friday, we learned the answer. Nothing. A company called Tritium went bust. It made electric vehicle charging systems, which is what Albanese assumed we would need. He's all for them. He visited this company at least 3 times, selling it as a sure thing, a green future, our green future, made in Australia.
The truth is that the future is right here at Tritium. It is a growing company in one of the growth industries globally.
Except it went bust. Joining me is the panel, Michael Kroger, former Victorian Liberal Party President, and Steve Conroy, former Labor Senator and Cabinet Minister. Michael Kroger, the moral of this story is what?
The moral is this, that if you've never had a job in running a business, i.e. Albanese, the Treasurer and Katie Gallagher, none of the 3 of them have ever run a business, the Cabinet shouldn't let them loose with $1 billion of taxpayers' money to invest in a business which will not work. I mean, 6 of the largest 7 manufacturers of solar panels are in China. The only non-Chinese one is Canadian Solar. In the last 3 years, its share price has gone from almost $60 to $14, 1-4, because of the glut of panels. So you couldn't pick a worse industry to try and compete with the Chinese, and that $1 billion will go down the gurgler, Andrew.
Stephen, what do you take out of this, the collapse of Tritium after the government, Albanese himself, praised it 3 times?
But I haven't heard any suggestion there was any government money in this company. I mean, I hope you can clarify.
No, it would have gone to though, Stephen.
Okay. But so let's be clear. I hope Peter Dutton stakes the ground with Michael Kroger's position. I think that the desire of the Australian community to see security in supply chains far outweighs a now outdated economic model of international capital flows as if they're unimpeded by sovereign interests. We currently have China completely destabilising 2 or 3 separate markets to force competitors out of business so they can keep a vice-like grip on vital sectors of our supply chains. We're seeing this happen in rare earth, in nickel at the moment. They are subsidising Indonesian mines to pump out nickel, to destabilise other mines and other businesses in this sector. This is not an accident. This is a deliberate, coercive attack on the free market. Right. And so those who want to claim that there's a free market here.
Example.
Okay? Well, I can give you lithium.
That's an excellent example, but I'm saying the alternative, Stephen, the alternative to the nickel example that you gave, and it's brilliant because where our nickel industry is being wiped out, is what I think should be argued for. The reason Indonesia is able to do this is that they are allowing construction of more than 20 coal-fired power units to give cheap and reliable power to that nickel industry, whereas our nickel industry is relying on very expensive green power. I think cut the costs, cut this rubbish, allow the cheaper power, and then maybe we can compete. So we got the wages issue, but that
and what about the lithium market? And what about the solar panel market? Where they're destroying the solar panel market.
That's not a vital industry.
Other critical minerals.
Invest in industries where Australia has a big competitive advantage. Perhaps they should be doing that.
Well, we're losing in nickel.
Mining, we do have a comparative advantage.
Pharmaceutical.
Yeah, last time I checked, we had a comparative advantage. You want to be flat Earth. You want to pretend the Chinese aren't interfering in the free market. You want to say our defence industries should be forced to rely on incredibly small parts that are made in China, like the F-35. There's a little magnet entirely made, which it needs to fly, entirely made in China. Genius.